Hi, I'm your host Jürgen Strauss from InnovaBuzz, and I'm really excited today to welcome to the InnovaBuzz podcast from Mumbai in India, Amit Lakhwani, who's the CEO of Global Vision Solutions, the company that has the SaaS tool Apu Social, which we'll talk about a bit today, and Apu Social provides social media automation. Welcome to the InnovaBuzz podcast, Amit. It's a great privilege to have you as my guest.
Thanks, Jürgen. Thanks for inviting me as a guest on your podcast.
Now, social media scheduling, you on your website, Apu Social, you talk about a social media scheduler for authentic engagement, and I'm keen to dig into that some more and learn about some case studies that I know you want to share with us, particularly around the philosophy that we have, which is making sure that we use technology to enable us to actually deepen human connection. But before we start talking about all things human connection, social media marketing, and the tool you have, what's the impact you're making in the world today, Amit?
Yes, definitely. So what happens is, if I speak the things about the pre-pandemic, a lot of brands and corporates used to work with us for their branding, social media engagement. But the post-pandemic, what I realized is everybody was locked inside the house. So social media was only the way to promote your business and sell it online. That's how the people were selling. But we got a lot of inquiries from small business owners. They need help from us. And at the end of the day, we are humans. Everybody is humans. We have a limited bandwidth of 25 odd people who can support our customers, but there was huge demand, like 100 plus inquiries was coming for the social media marketing to help them promote them. So after that, we thought of a solution. Why not we can scale up to help at least 1,000 of clients. Why just 100 of clients, So, but at the end of the day, we need to have technology at a back end to support us, so that all the small things and all those things we can automate. So we thought of your social media scheduling tool. Otherwise, it's a bigger task for one in social media manager guy to create the post, to schedule the post, and to think of a lot of ideas, creative ideas, what hashtags are working, what is trending into the market. So all our experience of social media marketing of 7 to 8 years of experience, we have tried to put it up into our Apu Social tool so that it will help, multiple thousands of business to have the brand awareness and to do the business online.
Excellent. Well, let's take a step back and talk a little bit about the fundamentals, social media marketing. What is it, and what are some of the challenges?
Yes, so in earlier 2011 there was a huge buzz for SEO. Okay, like everybody wants to do the SEO. So everybody now, it's an overcrowded market. Everybody has been settled down, but now there is a buzz of social media marketing. Okay, so everybody wants to do the social media marketing, but how well they should do it, and how should they achieve results in a small amount of time? 3 to 4 months of time they should generate a bit of buzz into the market so that they are in front of the right prospects. Okay, if I'm doing the marketing, then I should be in front of right prospects who need my product and who are appreciating my services. Otherwise, if we are in front of wrong audience and we are not going on proper front of audience, then whole marketing is a waste of time. You won't be able to see the results and you will easily quit. Okay, so that's why our expertise comes into the play. We help our clients to put in the front of right audience. We help them to generate better content so that they can engage with their audience. We help them to get better offers, like what is happening, what their competition is doing. We try to help them, what better offers they can put so that they can make a quick online sales. One of example I will give you from my past recent client. One of my friend, he was a yoga coach. Okay, he used to treat in pandemic time online. Used to take sessions for online people, but he was using Facebook and Instagram. He told me these are the perfect two platforms, which I think should work for my audience. I told him no, the LinkedIn, Twitter, these are also a good thing. Why don't you try? So with our Apu Social, as social media engagement needs to be on multiple platforms. It just should not be on the one platform. You shouldn't be dependent on just Facebook or Instagram. You should explore different platforms. The LinkedIn is there, Twitter is there, Google My Business, And what he did is through our Happy Social tool, he tried to schedule his post on multiple platforms, and within the 3 months of time, he got an inquiry from few corporate clients, and he got one project also from one HR company where he has to train their 200 plus employees for the yoga.
Yeah, that's the power of LinkedIn, isn't it? Because it's a different audience, and there's a potential for actually scaling up his online training. So just to make sure I understand, and that it's clear, there wasn't any more work involved. So he was posting to Facebook and Twitter, you mentioned, and now he added LinkedIn to that, but it didn't involve more work because Apple Social allowed him to schedule the same posts or variants of the same post at different times to the different platforms.
Yes, and Apu Social, what it helps is also it gives you more ideas, what is happening through our artificial intelligence AI tool. It gives you more better ideas, what to post, when to post. We give them the exact suggestions when their audience is online, because there is a difference of time zone. There is a difference, like, the mature audience, like who are into the senior age, they come online in the morning, and the audience which are too younger, they come online in the evening time, and there are different timings for every audience. So we give them, based on our AI tool and all those things, we give them the best time to post also, because what happens is once you post all the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whether it is, they show you the latest post, okay, and your audience is online, then you get a better engagement from that.
Yeah, and you talk about authentic engagement, so explain a little bit more what you mean by that.
Yes, so authentic engagement means, like, what happens is whatever you're posting, see, it's just not about the posting about your offers and all those things. Every audience need knowledge. Why they are coming to the social media, they want to see whether you are an expert or not. Okay, so you need to post your case studies over there, how you are helping them. You need to give them initial free knowledge, so that they can taste, what exactly you're doing and all these things. So what we ask our clients is we give them the suggestions of postings also. Like, today you should post case study, today you should post free tips, today you post thought of the day, so that you are doing the authentic engagement. Shouldn't feel like you're just promoting your business and you're doing ads. Running ads is a old thing which is gone. Now what audience are looking for on social media is how true you are for them, how much you care for them. Okay, so through our Happy Social, we actually promote these things, how we truly care for your audience, so that we get a better engagement, authentic engagement.
Okay, and the platform makes some suggestions along those lines, does it?
Yes. So that is the back end, our expertise which we have put into our AI. So in the social media, trends and all those things keeps changing. Okay, so everybody needs to evolve. Every business needs to evolve. So all our expertise are behind that. The whole brain which we are putting is into the AI, so that our platform also gets evolved, and every businesses and the postings and authentic engagement also gets evolved to make it real.
That's exciting. Yeah. You mentioned earlier about return on investment for social media posting, and talk to us a little bit about the analytics that you have in Happy Social, and how you present the various measures of what return. So return on time invested, return on number of posts. What are the kind of things that you measure and report back on? And I'll follow up with a question on AI related to that, but let's do that one first.
Yes. See, what happens is every businesses, needs to post, at least 3 to 4 times in a week, to have the better engagement with your audience. And these posts also should have some small tips, some better offers to engage with your audience. But you don't know whether it has been reached to your right audience or not. Suppose if you are selling e-commerce for the baby products, okay, so you want to of course sell it to their parents who are between age range of 30 to 40, Okay, generally people get, parents in that age. Okay, but if your ads or engagement is going to, the above 45 plus people or to the 20 to 25 people, it means you are targeting a wrong audience, and you, of course, you won't be getting a better engagement. So through our analytics, we track everything. So because it's a back-end thing that Facebook, LinkedIn, these provide, but it provides us because we are the long-term partners, the long-term media partners. They give us a better reports instead of people post it through their simple solution. So we get a better reports, and we give them the idea like whether your posts are reaching to the right audience, right demographics, right country, and all these different parameters which we track. So that they can, if in the first month they are not aligned to that, they can adjust their offers and engagement in the second month. And from there, they can improve their online engagement with their audience, so that they're getting a good number of views, good number of likes, and good number of the comments. Because see, what happens is if I just post and if I didn't get much views and likes and comments, it means I'm not engaging with the audience. So the comments and all those things are the best way to, or the best KPIs to track like how better we are getting on each day.
Okay, so I was going to ask follow-up question about the AI, whether that played a role in that, and I think you've answered it there. So essentially it's looking at the engagement you get through comments and questions coming back on the posts, and then it kind of changes, or it learns about what the right audience is based on what's coming back.
Yeah. So once the comments and all those things are, getting, and you don't have to go to the Facebook platform or Instagram, you can, do it from Apu Social itself. So it's a one platform, all social media channels and all devices. So whether your customer is on mobile and you are on, your machine, you can just reply it from our platform and it will automatically go, because it is connected at the back end. Well, you just need to register for the free trial of Apu Social, and you can connect all your social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything over there. And from there itself, you can start communicating with your client. If they are raising a ticket, like if they are telling you like, okay, we have got this problem, then you don't have to, go to your social media channel or Facebook or Instagram. You can reply it from just Apu Social.
Yeah, I think that's a really exciting development from a number of areas. I mean, it's, as you said earlier, it's important to kind of be in the different channels where our ideal audience are, and that usually will be more than one channel. So rather than open up Facebook and then open up Twitter and then open up LinkedIn and whatever else to check how the posts, what engagement is coming back, what comments are coming in, what direct messages might be there, just go on one platform and you see them all and you can respond to them all. I think that's a much more efficient way of doing it. The second part of that, though, is I hardly ever go on Facebook these days, and yet I do post to Facebook. But the issue for me is there's just so much noise there and so much distraction and rubbish that to go and find my posts and find my comments is just such hard work. So to be able to bypass the Facebook platform completely and actually get to my posts and Facebook and comments on Facebook and engage with people there would be so valuable.
Yes, that is the biggest challenge for any business owner or any social media manager. Once they are logged into the Facebook, they are lost, into watching other competitors' ads or into watching their friends' comments and all those things. They just can't focus on their business. Okay, so they need to first log in on multiple platforms: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. And everybody, engagement is happening, other business engagement, their friends engagement is happening, and they are lost. They are unable to focus on their business. With our platform, they can solely focus on their business, what is happening into their business. So for multiple, they just need to, spend a few hours in a month or in a week, depending on what kind of business they have. So if it's a bigger kind of business, they just need to focus, spend 5 hours in a week. And if it's a small business, they just need to spend 7 to 8 hours in a month, and they can, start their social media engagement with their customers through AppSocial too. It's a very small place to begin, but you can actually concentrate and gain more results instead of being a small fish in a big fish in a small ocean. Otherwise, be a big fish in a small water of and then you can concentrate more and you can get a good pie of business there.
Yeah, love it. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit from AppSocial, the tool, and talk about social media marketing in general. What are some of your best tips for best practice in social media marketing?
Yes, a very interesting question. The social media marketing is, you or your business is actively present on social media. Okay, and to get that, what happens is on Instagram. Suppose if we take the example of Instagram, it is quite famous in girls and women's. A lot of the healthcare products or the e-commerce businesses coming through Instagram, and 71% of businesses are actively present. Okay, so in Instagram there is a hot trending thing, the reels. A lot of new things they are putting up into the thing, so people should adjust with the trends. Initially they launched reels, it was a very less crowded market and you can actively get good number of views, but as mostly people started posting large number of reels and all those things, you're getting a huge competition. So if some social media platform is launching its new features, so I will suggest any business owner should adopt it he should be the first person to adopt it, to get a better engagement from there. You will be getting a less competition and you can become, the influencer very quickly in a short amount of time. And hashtags are quite important for every platform, whether you take it Instagram, whether you take it Twitter, whether you take it, the LinkedIn. The hashtags are the key thing where people are getting searched, their posts are getting searched and they are getting better engagement. So the hashtags and quickly adoption of the new features and better engagement, the tips and knowledge which they share on the audience is the key important things, where most of the 80% of the success comes from these small things, and the rest is that there are a number of factors which contribute just 20%.
Yeah, and consistency I think is probably a big one in there too, but that
is the first important thing.
The idea of adopting some of the new technologies that they launch early on, that's an interesting one, and certainly you can see how the market becomes very crowded. There's a lot more reels now on Instagram than at the beginning, and you're right, that gives an opportunity to stand out, because if you're an early adopter. One of the things I see a lot as a user that sees some social media posts and then clicks through, and also from people that I've spoken to, clients and others that tell me that they're not getting enough engagement or traction from the social media in terms of translating to business or real conversations. What would you suggest for that people have in place in addition to the posting? So let's say I post on social media so I do a lot of posting around podcasting. So I post around podcasting. Here's some information I can share around podcasting. Here's an idea that you might like to try out in relation to podcasting or in relation to having conversations with people on a podcast. The idea, as you said earlier, is to kind of position myself as somebody that knows what I'm talking about in the space of podcasting, but at the same time, I want to start a conversation with people that are interested in learning more about podcasting, and ultimately they might be people that want my help with starting their own podcast or with other aspects of their podcasting journey. What do you advise that people need to have in place, as well as the posting and the posting strategy and the consistency and the tips you've given us, to take that next step to get people to actually start that conversation?
Yes. So the most important thing, is to ask questions also in the social media. The clear call to action should be there. Whatever you
Hmm.
post, there should be a clear call to action. Like suppose if you are, posting a video, okay, a small reel on this. So you should have a clear call to action, watch more, and it should take you to their, the YouTube channel or the other podcast channel. So clear call to actions should be always there. Otherwise, because it's overcrowded market. Generally, people spend few microseconds on watching each and every post. Initially they keep scrolling it through the pages, through the mobile, through their screen. So every ad just gets free microseconds. So it's the content, what you exactly post, how you post it, and a clear call to action. If you mention it, okay, are you facing a lot of challenges into the social media marketing to get more business? Watch more. So people will definitely click on watch more, and they will go to their YouTube channel or different media platform channel to get a better idea like what exactly what they're doing. So to get a better engagement from the audience, the call to action should be clearly defined. That's what our AI tool is made. Like if they are missing, suppose call to action, we give them the clear tips.
Okay.
Call to action is missing, you might be not getting a better engagement. Then they adjust their creatives and offers. Okay, we need to have a call to action and all those things, and we give them a better view of audience also, like currently what their competition hashtags and all those things are using. So everybody should keep a close eye on hashtags, what their competition is using or what their audience is like. Suppose if you're the podcast person and you want to get more engagement, you want to get 1 million views on your podcast, so you need to focus on the fine tunings of hashtags, what exactly your audience is searching, hashtags, and if they click on a hashtag, then they have a better view, like okay, these are the new important things where people have posted. So I think call to action and hashtags, these makes it create better difference if some person is not getting a better engagement on social media.
Yeah, and what I also heard there is that we need to think about the pathway to bring them, whether it's to our YouTube channel or to our website, or ultimately
Yes.
into a one-on-one direct conversation of some form.
Yes.
And that's the call to action at each step.
So what happens is, like if you have a good number of followers on Facebook, okay, and you're starting your new YouTube channel where you want to promote something more, you are educating them, then you can start promoting, use one social media channel to grow another. So once if you have authentication, you're expert on one social media channel, getting a good number of subscribers on another social media channel won't be that difficult. Okay, takes some time of 3 to 4 months, but not a year. So first you have to become increase your face value on one platform, and you can then cross promote on all other social media channels to grow your other channels also.
Okay, so focus on one to start with, and then expand to others.
Yes. That's how the everything people, or the in older days the kings and all these people also used to expand their kingdom, right? They first used to focus on one territory, then used to expand in other territories, or for every business also, right? First they suppose we are in India, you're in Australia, first we need to focus on India and Australian market, then we can go across Europe, US and North America. So yes, first focus on one, then expand more.
Yeah. All right. Are there any other case studies that you'd like to share with us about success stories
Yes.
using social media through Apu Social in particular?
Yes, a lot of, I will share a couple of, there are actually a lot of, potential clients, which we currently have, 250 plus clients. They are using actively on Apu Social for their social media posting. So I will share a couple of case studies, So one of my, friend or client, you can say, he was into the education coaching. He used to coach to their students, okay, like for the abroad studies, or getting a better university, or getting scholarship into the better universities, Okay, so he was facing a lot of challenges into the social media. He came up with to me like he didn't have a bigger budget. Okay, he just have a few $1,000s of budget. Okay, for the social media promotions. And if you go to any social media company, they will definitely charge you more than $25,000 a year. So I get an idea of using Apu Social, and it will give you the better content and all those things. So what challenge was he was facing? He was running podcasts, he was running webinars, but he was getting much engagement from the social media. Because once he started using Apu Social, okay, 1 month. For 1 month he got settled, okay, exploring the features and all those things. And from second month onwards, he started posting regularly. One day, one post on all social media channels. So we started getting, earlier he used to get engagement only just from the Facebook, just 10 to 15 views and 2 to 3, guest request or guest, for their webinars. But once he started exploring other LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, everything, Pinterest also, he started, getting more than 150 plus guests on their webinars. So just from, 5 to 10 guests on the webinars, in just 3 months of time, he got increased to 150 plus guests on his webinars.
Yeah.
For their child education. So this is the power, of focusing on just one, platform, and you can expand it through all. You can get a better engagement if you're running a webinars and all those things. You can get a better engagement from them.
That's a pretty astounding growth. Yeah.
Yes, and he has been now an influencer for us, and he's promoting his the Apu Social to all his relatives and friends, because he's very happy and he's saving his lot of time, he's saving a lot of budget, and he's getting good success in his business.
Yeah, nothing like a satisfied customer to become an ambassador, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much, Amit. This is wonderful. I think it's a good point now to move on to the buzz, which is the same 5 questions I ask of every guest. And the idea is you'll inspire the listener to go and do something awesome, take some action as a result today. So you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what's the number one thing anyone needs to do to be more innovative?
So, as I mentioned earlier, to being innovative is to adapt the new trends. Okay.
Yeah.
So, adapting a new trends, what is happening new into the market, you are the first person, you won't be getting much competition. So, adoption is the first thing to, get innovation on place.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and I found that often, particularly with software and software as a service companies, if you have the opportunity to get involved in their beta or even earlier than a beta launch, and I'm the sort of person that will then provide a lot of feedback and say, hey, I'd love it to do this, or this bit doesn't work right, or I don't like the way this works. And so both positive and the feedback that says this doesn't work or this should be better. Yeah. Most companies are very appreciative there, and you actually get embraced into their ecosystem. Sometimes you get a discount on the service when they launch it. Sometimes you're you become an ambassador, like the case study you mentioned. But it's always exciting to get involved in some of those.
Yes, we always want ambassadors and referral programs to be participate into a thing, because our customers are the initial, the users who give us the feedback. Initial customers, so we even give them for just $10 also a month, or $10 a year also, because they actually adapt our platform and, they take it to the next level, because they give us a lot of important feedback, how they are using, what exactly challenges they are facing, because what happens is, today, if you see the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, every platform gives you the same thing. Like you post it and you get a better engagement, the likes, views, everything is the same. The difference is the user interface.
Yeah.
Okay. How users interact with the platform. So that for any SaaS tool, to get better for the user interface, they need to take feedback of their initial customers, because they are your right, the promoters who will tell you what exactly people are liking, what they don't like, because if I'm sitting over here, I'll be always liking my platform. Okay, my customers should like it. Okay, they should feel it is user friendly. So they gave us a lot of feedback, and we truly value them, for whatever feedback they are providing, and we try to incorporate in next releases of every 2 months. We release everything, and we try to incorporate majority of the things for them to make them happy.
Yeah, it's great. All right, now what's the best thing you've done to develop new ideas?
Yes, the same thing. I used to actually listen a lot of podcasts. Okay. So that to get the better ideas, like what exactly is happening into the other parts of the world, what exactly people are speaking, what exactly they are thinking, what new trends are coming. So the podcast and reading out new books is my, the complete hobby to get always, better ideas for that.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, and isn't it amazing that we live in this time where it's so easy to get access to knowledge from in all its different forms, whether it's podcasts, books, audible books, videos, and from anywhere in the world as well.
Yes. So the whole world is, overpopulated with the content, but you need to be on the right platform to, where you can adjust your tunings and you can get a better out of that.
Yeah. All right. Do you have a favorite resource other than Apu Social, of course, that you use most often?
Google. Okay.
Yeah.
Where you post all your queries and you get a number of results, and whatever you like it, you quickly adapt it and you move out.
Yeah. So the search engine, then, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I often say to my team, go to Google first, and
yes,
and I teach them how to ask the different questions. So often, a how to do X is a really good search term, because usually that gives you a very specific answer. So if you can ask very specifically, you can find some really targeted answers that are very useful. Love it.
Yes. So Google is the go-to thing for any developer, marketer, or anybody, sales guy, whoever is there on the earth. Google is the best thing to start with.
Great. All right, what's the best way to keep a project on track?
That is the most critical thing. Okay. So we use a lot of project management tools. The Jira is there, the Freshdesk is there, So first, the CTO, who is keeping aligned all these important tasks, he first used to, micromanage the people. But what happens is you get lost in a lot of things. So what we decided is, to create all the bugs and the tasks related what you need to do. See, whoever comes into our office or employees, they need to have a task list, what they need to complete for the whole day. Okay, what are the tasks they need to complete? Whether they need to make the social media postings, whether they need to make any sales calls, or they need to follow up with the client, they need to onboard our clients, or they need to solve some customer tickets. The first thing they come into our office, then everything is there on his desk. Okay, the 10 to 12 different tasks using Jira and the Freshdesk, which we use. So then these are posted on their desk, and if there are some important customer issues and all those things, then we realign those tasks. But using a project management tool is the first most key important things, to keep your, check on the day. You're not moving out and you're aligned to whatever you need to complete in the whole day.
Yeah. And I think particularly for software development projects, a project management tool is just so critical.
Yes, even for the social media also, like we are currently serving 250 plus clients, but 50 plus are premium ones. We need to give them the premium services, so we create help them with the social media postings, with a lot of other content generation. So every social media person is assigned a different number of tasks. You need to create like 10 different postings. You need to post on these social media channels, get the feedback, get the comments, likes, and all those things, reply to them. So these are the important, the project management tool which we use for every person.
Excellent. All right. And finally, in the buzz round, what's the number one thing anyone can do to differentiate themselves?
See, it's a very difficult thing to differentiate yourself, but there are some important things, the small things which can, help you to differentiate from one person to another. So one important thing is like focus on your potential strengths. Okay, so suppose if I have a potential strength of marketing and you have a potential strength of sales, so I should be focusing more on marketing, what background I have, what different we can do, and creative ideas. Focus your creative ideas on your strengths only. Don't focus on weaknesses, because other people are very strong in that and you won't be able to compete. So what I will say is focus on your strengths and make it more stronger to be unbeatable from the outside competition.
Yeah, and I think we often fall into this trap of here's a weakness. It would be good to develop that weakness, and I think that's fine to extend and expand and grow ourselves to develop those areas that are opportunities for improvement. At the same time, we do need to focus very much, like you've said, on what's our area of strength, and can I actually make that even stronger, make my superpower even stronger. And also, is my superpower actually, is there a blind spot there that my superpower is causing, which gives me weakness? I think looking at those things certainly is very powerful. All right, well, thanks for getting us through the buzz round, and thanks for the conversation today, Amit. This has been really great. Now, where can people find out more about you and about Apu Social, and maybe even get in touch and say thanks for what you've shared today?
So we are present everywhere, on the Facebook, Instagram,
all
LinkedIn,
the social
Twitter.
Media. Yeah.
Yes, we are the social guys, So the best way to connect with me is through the LinkedIn and the Twitter. I'm most active on there. Okay, if you send me a connection request, if you send me a chat, or if you comment on my post, I'm the first person to reply back to you in next couple of hours. Okay, so we have everything, the technology on place. Even I am on place to reply back to them for all my challenges. So first social media channel, because there are multiple social media channels also, the best way to connect with me is through the LinkedIn, and next platform is Twitter. Okay, because these are the platforms works for the business to business platforms, right?
Yeah, excellent. All right, well, we'll make sure we have the links to your LinkedIn and Twitter profile listed, and of course we'll have a link to the Apu Social website as well. So what action would you like to see our listener take out of our conversation today, Amit?
So, I will ask them to be more creative on social media, because there is a lot of competition. Okay, so to always be a creative, to crush your competition is the best thing which I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's everything is creative. How offer you post, what best tools and tips you post to them. Like if suppose there is a summer season going on, and you are the first person and you are the yoga coach, or you are providing the healthcare products. So how better you connect with the event, how better you connect with the trends is the first more important thing in the creativity. Okay, so what is currently happening, what is in your customer's mind is the first most important thing which you need to post on social media. So always be creative, always be active on social media, and rest everything of your business will fall on place. You don't have to worry for anything.
Great. Okay, so build that creativity muscle around social media posting. I think consistency is an important part of that, but as you say, look for what are the things in the environment, in the world happening right now that would be in your customers' minds, and they're specific to your own customers, and then link into that with a post in a way that gets engagement.
Yes, and that will also make you an authority, like today if you are active on social media, and tomorrow if you want to publish a book, or if you want to tomorrow open a podcast, then you don't have to, start from the scratch and, start from number 1 subscribers. You're already active, and in just few months of time, you'll be a lot ahead than the rest of the people.
That's right, because you've started building that community, right?
Yeah.
All right, finally, Amit, who else should I bring on this podcast, and why?
So I think it's, I have told you, like, you are always bringing more creative people on the podcast, and I am a huge fan of Amit. I have been asking you to invite me and other people, like the other marketers or the other salespeople, who you can bring as Neil Patel or, the dream person will be, very soon, I think Elon Musk will be also joining you on the podcast.
Yeah, well, we have got Neil and Elon on our wish list, but I suspect that particularly Elon right now has got other things on his mind. But maybe we can get him on to talk. Maybe we can have a joint one and get him on to talk about his Twitter acquisition.
Yes, if I'm going for any conference and if I meet him, I will definitely recommend Amit's Riverside, his Buzz podcast. Refer to him to be a guest on your podcast.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks so much, Amit. It's been wonderful chatting with you today and learning a lot more about not just the tool Apu Social, but also some of the best practices around social media posting, getting engagement, being creative, and understanding who the right audience is that we need to be talking to, and how to actually deliver value so that we can lead them on a path of an ongoing conversation and perhaps a longer relationship. So thanks for that. Really enjoyed it. All the best for the future, and please do stay in touch.
Thanks, Arvind. It was really nice to have be a guest on your podcast. It was, I hope it will be, the social media skills and all those things will help definitely our audience to, to take him to the next level. And I will be posting, for your audience, as you're my very good friend and man. So I'll be, giving a 1 month free trial for all your guests, or, so that they can try and they can grow their business on social media. That's what we are. I'm always there to help people.
Excellent. That's very generous. So how do we take advantage of that?
Yes. So the one free trial link I'll be giving to them, and the code of they have come through your podcast, and we'll be offering them the better discounts and all those things also. So I'll be giving them the the one referral code. They have come through your podcast, and it will be a perfect secret only for your audience, not for other people.
Okay, excellent. So you'll have to check the show notes for that one. We'll post that in the show notes as well.
Yes.
Thanks again, Amit. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, same to you. Catch you soon.